probably the only one in the whole district that I met the actual Lions with. Doesn't happen often. My wife Debbie couldn't make it today. Wasn't feeling good, so Barry comes to all my meetings too, so Barry's here.
And I'm Barry Scott. I am the cabinet secretary, and I am stepping up to also the first vice district governor. So,
Yep, so
I'm glad to be here as well.
yeah, we had to have our previous first governor had to step down for a family issue, and Barry was kind enough to kind of leapfrog ahead a couple of years. So he's jumped right into the fire.
Here I go.
Every year the district governor comes and he or she has something to sell, and this is no different this year. I have things to sell. I have pins up here, my district pin, right here, $3. We have pins for the next convention, for international convention for New York State, that's $3. And district directories are $5 if you're interested in reading a boring book. And also every year the district governor usually has a raffle ticket for a cause. This is mine, and it's $5 a ticket. And it's for the 50-50 raffle, the winner drawn in May 19th actually. And the charity is called the Grace House. This is a place in South Buffalo on Seneca Street where they take a beautiful place, and if you need treatment in a hospital or you have family member that's in a hospital, a local hospital, and you can't afford a hotel room, you can stay in their room as long as you need. There's about 5 or 6 rooms there, and it's basically your home for however long you need to be there. And they shuttle you to and from the hospital, and there's food, and it's just like your own house. You cook your own food, or maybe sometimes people come in and cook for you. But it's always busy, and it's a great thing. It's always full of people, and they come from all around the world to stay here. So that's a little bit of, I've got a PowerPoint presentation, but before I talk about that, I've got a little bit of inside information. You're the first club to hear this, actually. It's happening right now. With the recent blizzard, phones start ringing, emails start flowing, that's for sure. There's a couple things that are going on. You guys might have seen a news story of a woman in Buffalo who had a 1-year-old baby, and the baby was on a ventilator, and the ventilator ran out of power, her power went out, the battery died. So for 2 days, her and her baby's father were puffing breaths into the baby manually. Think about that. So that was on the news, and it went, I guess it was on the national news, I think, too, because all of a sudden I got emails. And so what's nice about it is, what can Lions do? Well, they decided that there's a fund out there called the Brandell Murphy Youth Foundation. It's run by Lions members, past international president. And they're going to provide us money for a Honda generator, gas, and extension cords for this lady to use in an emergency, so this doesn't happen again. So that's coming up. We're going to present that to her. I'm excited about that. And she's thrilled. She's texted me. She can't believe that people would think of her like this, but it is what it is. The other thing that's happening is with the blizzard, there's monies available through LCIF, our foundation. They can authorize a $10,000 grant, which they did. I got approved today, $10,000. And there's also a New York State Bermuda Lions Foundation grant, $2,500. We were approved last week. So we got, the district now is going to have $12,500 to use and we're going to earmark this for, let's just say, food pantries or organizations that ran out of supplies during the blizzard. And my phone started ringing off the wall with stories and things like that. So if your club knows a local food district or pantry or anything, a church maybe, or whatever it may be, it could be a veteran center that, they came in and took every piece of socks or whatever out of there, whatever. But it has to be storm related. It can't be anything but that. So it has to go towards storm. If you have anything like that in your area, let me know, let Barry know, because we're trying to get a list together of places to help. We've got a handful now, but we're going to have a big food drive somewhere, and we're going to put out a press release on this, and we're expecting a lot more than $12,500 worth of food to come from this, or whatever it may be. So if you know of anything, let me know, and that's coming up quick, so that is going to happen this month. We're working on the details now, and that's good stuff. So money we didn't expect, actually. And the side story to that one is, I talked to Pastor Al Robertson. He's in Lovejoy. He's got a little church there. And he took in, at the night of the storm, him and his friends, I don't know who, he didn't tell me who, but people went out on the streets and they found, in the blizzard, and they found people stranded in their cars, and they dragged them into their church. 200 people he took from cars into his church.
No, it's just on the news.
It was on the news, Pastor Al. So I talked to him on the phone, and he was telling me about it, and he said, they ate everything in the church. The food pantry in their store got wiped out. He goes, then I went across the street to my house. My shelves are empty. And I said, so you need some food and all the other things. And we have nothing. In fact, I'm delivering my last meal now. And he was literally on the snowmobile. I heard it running in the background. He goes, I'm on the snowmobile right now. So he's somebody we're going to help with that money. So those are the stories you hear from our great city of neighbors. When they say the city of good neighbors. So I got about a 20-minute PowerPoint here. I hope you like it. But before I start, I always like to ask a question. My question is if you're excited to be a lion, raise your hand. You got hands. Good. I like hands. Justin, why are you excited to be a lion?
Just seeing the passion of different people doing what they can for as many people as they can.
Passion of the lions and what they do. Exactly. Like the stories we just talked about. I saw your hand go up. What would you say?
Helping others. I grew up with it. My father was with the yacht of a hotel for years. And following in his footsteps.
Following footsteps. Traditions. Those are good reasons. We should all be excited to be lions. We should be this excited.
Who let the dogs out?
That's how excited we are to be lions. It's a great day to be a lion. Some of us are that excited. So that's how excited we should be as lions. And sometimes I eat like that too. So every year we have a new international president. This year we have President Ryan Sheehan. He's from Minnesota. And his slogan is Together We Can. We serve as the Lions motto, and it reminds us of who we are as lions. And his big sentence that he always talks about is to accomplish big things, we have to pull together, roll up our sleeves, and put in the work to make the impossible possible. And I was at the Montreal Convention, and he said, Mike, you have to play this message to all lions.
Hi, I'm Lion Brian, your international president. I'm a grassroots lion just like you. My community means the most to me as your community does to you. And that's what this organization is about. I want to give and say to you my personal thank you on everything that you and your club does, especially over these past 2 years during this pandemic. It's a new world out there, and we must think differently and out of the box to support our communities as well as the world. People want to serve like never before, and this world needs us now more than ever. Will you help me to get members into your club? Give them the opportunity to serve your community and the world as you do. Let's get new and fresh ideas and get them involved in the service activities right away in what your club is doing. Ask them what projects or service they would like to see done in the community or the district, and let them help with that. Together we can, and together we will. Thank you.
I got to spend a few days with him in Montreal, and it was a lot of fun. He's a very passionate person. Every year we have a new theme in our district with a new district governor. We have district visions. My theme this year is Stronger Together, and that means Lions Clubs reaching across, helping other Lions Clubs. Members reaching across and helping other members. And I know you guys have done that. I know you did it with the Ryan Lions, and you do it with a lot of things. And we got to think more like a community rather than individual clubs. We're only 4 counties, and we need to think like that. We want to think about doing a more impactful service in our community and thinking of a new service project this year. It could be something to do with environment, childhood cancer, hunger, vision, or diabetes. Those are 5 core causes. We like specialty clubs in the district. We have 4 now, and a specialty club is a group of people that get together with a common interest or a common hobby. They already have this commonality, they join, and they become a Lions Club. It's quite popular. Over 60% of all Lions clubs that are formed in the country right now in our country are specialty clubs. All Lions deserve a voice. New Lions, their opinions and voices matter just as much as old Lions in here. Justin's only 5 years. He's got a different perspective than somebody that's been here 50 years. He might be good on technology, where some Lions aren't so good on technology. That's where we can learn from each other. So all Lions deserve a voice. When we do a project or a fundraiser, we want to build our team, build your vision, and then build success. And if you do that, then membership will follow. Once you have your success, people take notice. I like to say, get out on Facebook. District newsletter is popular. Put your stuff in the newsletter. I know you guys do. I know you're on Facebook too. I've seen it. Some clubs aren't, but we need to let everyone know what we do and the positive impact we have. Membership will follow after that. And we want to talk about thinking outside the box. And Lion Brian Sheehan knows all about that one.
Hi, I'm Lions International President, Brian Sheehan. How are we driving our clubs forward, you ask?
By thinking outside the box.
All it takes is an unexpected twist to flip a traditional project into something new. Thanks, Lori.
Drive-through pancakes.
It's riding the wave of technology and connecting it to what we do. Hi, Allie.
Whoa, he knows my name.
Lions, our mission is to put our heads and our hands together in order to reimagine service. It means welcoming rookies and their ideas. Good communication. I got it! And a clear vision. We can do anything. We can reinvent Meals on Wheels. There you go. Thank you so much. You betcha. Come up with new ways to combat global warming. Give recycling a makeover. Together, we can raise more for our foundation. And build a more inclusive world. Nice shot, Jim. Lori, let's roll. Together, we can rethink how we rebuild after disaster. We can open up more clinics and more parks, establish more international youth camps, and reach across more borders, shake hands with our neighbors. Our mission this year is to innovate, team up, and have fun. It's time to blow the whistle, let the cat out of the bag. Let's share our service and our stories, and sing it in the streets.
There's a need, there's a lion.
With a global team of 1.4 million lions and Leos, together we can!
So Lion Brian is quite energetic. That's how the convention was, just like that every minute of the day. It was. And he lives in Minnesota. He has a big farm. And he has penguins on his farm, and he has a kangaroo, and he has llamas. He wanted a camel, but the wife said no camel, so he ended up getting the llamas instead. But he's quite the character. Our District 20N. What is our District 20N? Well, it encompasses 4 counties of Western New York, and I put a plus there because Arcade is in Wyoming County. So if I didn't do that, they'd be really mad at me. We have 1,240 members across 45 clubs right now. We have 3 specialty clubs. We have the Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports, the Western New York Riding Lions, and the West Nine University Campus Club. We are proud of some of our achievements, but certainly our LCIF donations from our district last year was over 116,000. That's a huge amount of money for our little district of Lions. And District 20N is also #1 in ice screenings across multiple District 20, which is New York State, Bermuda. We do over 25,000 ice screenings in our district a year, and no other district is even close to that. We lead by a mile on that. So that's something we're proud of in our district. And I mentioned MD20, multiple district 20. What is it? It's composed of 11 districts, and here we are and on the left. And every area there is another district with another district governor. There's 11 of us. And down here it gets a little crowded, but K2 is down here. And that district governor also has to go to Bermuda. There's 4 Lions clubs there. So it's a really stinky job, so they gotta go back and forth. And next year, the district governor for K2 is from Bermuda. So it doesn't happen often, but Landmark is gonna be district governor when you're there. And you're gonna, I heard that you're gonna have Bermuda shorts is going to be the dress code.
Bring it on.
He wears Bermuda shorts right in there. So that's where we are.
They won't want to see my knees.
Our district priorities, well, some of the things we'd like to get done. We want to form some new specialty clubs. And some of the ideas we had are the bicycling riding club, autism club, hunger, diabetes, another motorcycle club. So we're working on some of those ideas right now. And if anybody has a link or a contact or anything regarding something like that, or wants to help with the formation of a new club, let me know. We need all the help we can get. We always talk about leadership, or I'm sorry, membership. I'll get a little more into that in a minute. Leadership and orientation is big. We've got a great team of people in our district that will come in. We have new Lions that don't know a lot about what Lions are. We have old Lions that forgot what Lions is. So Lion Rick Patega come in, he could be a speaker one night. He's got a great orientation program that helps. And training is also big too. We offer a lot of training in our district, so we're here to help you. If you want to be the club president, secretary, don't be afraid to raise your hand. There's lots of training involved. You'll know how to do it. If I can do this, somebody else can do that. I can't believe I got this far sometimes. But we also want to report to LCI. Some clubs are not reporting everything they do to Lions Clubs International. It's very important to tell them what you're doing. If you want a grant or something like that, they can look and see, oh, they're doing a lot in that area. So if you're not, some clubs don't do it at all. But I think we all need to do better at reporting to LCI. I like the newsletter. It comes out every month. It just came out last week. Put your stuff in there. Your president and secretary should get it. They should send it to all the members of the club. If you see it, pop it open, give it a couple-minute read. There's a lot going on in there sometimes. So I like the newsletter. It's our way of getting our information out there. And we have a district team here, Lion Berry, myself, a service team, membership, leadership. So we're here to help you in any way you need. If you have a question, you have something you want to do, call myself, call one of us, call Barry. That's why those little yellow chips went out. That's my phone number, my email. I'm not afraid to, I'll answer the phone, I answer the email. And another thing we talk about too is zone chair candidates. And your zone chair kind of took the year off this year, had some personal issues. So you're without one, and there's 2 other zones that don't have a zone chair in our district. So zone chair people are hard to get. They're a little bit they're like a mini district governor. They take care of 4 or 5 clubs. I'm looking at you. And so you're a cabinet, voting member of the cabinet, and it's a fun job, and you get to know people, and you just basically the liaison between the clubs and the leadership team, maybe myself, Lion Berry, or Betty. And you kind of report on what's going on and help them along. So I did it a couple of years, and it was fun. So I talk about membership very little. What I like to do, I say, well, bring in one new member. Everybody bring one new member into their club if possible. We've got a Lion that just passed away last year. His name was Chuck Telford. He was a Jamestown Lion. He sponsored 55 members into his Lions Club over his lifetime. So Lion Chuck can get that done. Bring in one person. That's all I'm asking. So he did it. He's a fantastic Lion. And Matt's story, that's my personal story about my membership story. My cousin Paula, she was in her mid to late 20s, and she was dating a man in his 20s, mid-20s, and he was actually a lumberjack. He cut trees down for a living. His name was Matt. He had the beard, he had the flannel, he looked just like a lumberjack. That's what he did. And they got married, they bought a house in West Seneca. And he was at my house one time for a Super Bowl party, and during halftime, he said, Mike, you know, we bought that house over there. How can I be more of the fabric of the community? And I almost fell over when I heard that. What'd you say, Lion Man? Say that again? So come on over here, sit down. So we sat down, we talked about Lions, and he loved what Lions do. And he joined our club, the West Seneca Club. Recently, he had to take time off because he had a baby. And people say, oh, that's great, Lion, that's a lion, that's wonderful, how great is that? It really was a failure on my part, because he had to ask me. Why didn't I ask him? It was the way he looked. He was a lumberjack. Was it his age? Was it his occupation? He wasn't your typical lion. So I failed on that respect, and it got me to think about who else am I overlooking in my own life? Maybe they don't meet the criteria. My neighbor, somebody down the street, a friend of mine, another person. So I spotted a couple other people, and it caused me to really think about what a lion is. And now when you look at our West New York riding lions, with the jeans and the leather and everything else, those are Lions members, you know? Not your typical lion, so that old stuff is out the door now. So when you think about who's in your life, think about who you should ask. And I got this wheel here. You got relatives, you got friends, neighbors, religious people at church, local professionals, your doctor, your lawyer, your dentist, people you do business with at work, your customers, your people that are coming in your store, whatever you need to be doing. Community leaders, your judges, your town board, your things like that, people in the highway department and in the town hall. Those are all Lions. And when I look at my club in West Seneca, we have all that in our club. If somebody's on that wheel, right, Barry? We can cross it all out. So that's who you ask. So let's think about who that is. And then invite that person to one of your service projects. That's where you'll get them. You won't get them here. You know, anybody can go out to dinner anywhere. Let them see what the Lions do. And that's where you want to get them. Just bring them to a good service project, then you'll get them. Now, this here. This is new too. You're the first ones to see this. District 20N, we have a cabinet meeting coming up. It's Saturday, March 4th. It's at Jay's White Elephant. We had our last one there. Everyone loved the food. And the price was right, so I said, let's do it again. So we'll have it there again, 9 o'clock registration, 10 o'clock meeting, $20 if you stay for lunch. If you want to stay, Barry will take the reservation. If you're going to go there,
Let me know.
let Barry know. All Lions are welcome to this. It's not just for cabinet members. If you want to come and see what the cabinet does and what's happening on a larger scale, this is where you'll see it. You'll hear stories from all of our clubs, not just your own club. So this is where you really get the eye opener of what's happening in your area. Another place you can go is Boston. Boston this year, July 7th, 11th, is the International Conventions for Lions Clubs. Last year was Montreal. After Boston, it's going all around the world. We won't be back to the US for a few years. Barry's going to go there this year. He'll have a blast. It is really something if you've never been to one. Also this year we have our state convention in Buffalo, April 28th to 30th. And that's always fun. Friday night and Saturday night we have hospitality rooms. Lions get to mingle around. We have the Saturday night gala, this dinner, fun, party music. So if you've never been to this, it's close by. It's a lot of fun too. You'll meet Lions from all around New York State. And sometimes when we're in our Lions Club, we feel like this. We don't want to go to our meeting. We get a little lazy. You got to drag yourself to the meeting sometimes. Another Lions Club. Sometimes we got to motivate our members a little bit. Right? You all know some Lions members like that. They need a little help. Well, our Lions Club don't have to be that way. Teamwork can make anything possible.
Good timing.
So this is how our Lions Club should be. Everybody works together for the common cause. So that's how our Lions Club should be. Everyone's doing together. So this is Lion Brian's machine. He said, Mike, you gotta play my slides. I said, okay, I will. So Brian says, share the joy of being a Lion. Healthy membership is a key to great service, and give every member in your club the opportunity to grow. We want to think big when we serve. Service is what we do. Let's make our projects bigger. Let's encourage innovation in our clubs. Let's take our standard projects and figure out how we can make it bigger. Our LCIF Foundation, we need to keep that strong. Encourage people to donate. Also use it as a grant. We just got $10,000 coming. So there's money there available, and it's our foundation, so let's use it. And share your stories in your community when you get that grant. Put it out there. So we're going to put that out there about our food drive a lot. And as a Lions member, we are local advocates and community leaders, and we're a powerful voice in our club and our community. We need to create education, awareness, and change around our community's needs. And how do we do it? We do it obviously with the teamwork like the Penguins did. We have a great attitude when we're out in public. We're smiling, we're laughing, we're having a good time. Membership will follow. People see fun, they're attracted to fun. And like Brian said, we want to think outside the box and reimagine the things we're doing and how we can make things different. And if we do all that, at the end of the year, right before July 1st, when Barry's governor, we're all going to feel like this. I think. That's what we're doing. Our alliance is renewed right there. That's going to be your club president.
Truth is, that's what Mike is going to be like when he's done being district governor.
I'm district governor next week. That's right, Barry.
Is that the image of after the term is over?
That's the answer. Right before that. I want to thank you all, and let's remember to roar. Does anybody have any questions? I'll make up an answer if I don't know it. Yes, sir.
Past President Mary Beth came in, she had a suggestion before, but it reminds me of what you were talking about with your grant. You were interested in food cabinet? So we have our closet here, which is used for storage. It's feasible to put in some cabinets in there. If the fire department, the police department want to put something in there, but we can put a food pantry, and we can put an outside smaller cabinet, take what you want, put in what you can, and it's feasible for us because we have this property.
You're here now, this year, yeah.
You know, all it would take is construction of some cabinets.
The grant we're getting technically is not for that.
Okay.
It has to be for a storm-related need. If you had a food pantry and people were stranded or whatever, and you brought them in this room and they ate everything, well, that's the grant. However, there's money is available for that. You can check with LCIF. You can check with the New York State Bermuda Alliance Foundation. There's sometimes, a lot of times, there's matching grants. If you got a couple $1,000s and the project's $5,000, if you got $2,500, somebody might cover the other $2,500. So that stuff's out there. If you want to know the applications or anything like that,